Hey guys, Tally here. Today I'll be talking about this Blu-ray box set for Yokai Monsters from Arrow Video.
It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler. It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler.
So, without further hesitation, let's talk about the Blu-ray box set first, then I'll talk about the movies afterwards. This Blu-ray box set from Arrow Video contains at least 4 movies, including 100 Monsters, Spook Warfare, along with Ghosts, and the Great Yokai War. And on the front cover, we can see the various yokai monsters that are featured within the movies. On the back of the box set, there is a synopsis of the movies, as well as the various listing of the special features, and once you remove the flyer, there's even more drawings of the various yokai monsters. This set comes with a lot of things. For starters, there's a poster, which on the front side, again, you get to see the yokai monsters as designed on the box set itself, but once you flip it around, you get to see the listing of the various names of the monsters, which I had no idea of the names prior to that poster. It also comes with various postcards. On the front side, you get the Japanese posters of the movies, and then on the back side, there's like an entirely, different artwork. Again, that was based entirely off the box set. This set comes with at least 2 different emery cases. The first emery case has the original trilogy that was done back in the 1960s, and of course, when you remove the disc from the second tray, you'll find out that there are also like the artwork of the original poster that was also included for the set. Now the second emery case is the same thing. There is at least 1 disc for the Great Yokai War, but when you remove the disc, again, the original poster art is also shown in the back thing. Finally, you receive a booklet which contains various information and historical data about the behind the scenes of the movies, as well as the various artwork that is contained within the feature films. First of all, it goes without saying that this whole entire series may seem very foreign to Western eyes because not many people really know what exactly is some sort of yokai. And so, without further hesitation, let's try to define what exactly is a yokai for everybody to understand in this whole entire video. Yokai, strange apparition, are a class of supernatural entities and spirits in Japanese folklore. The word yokai is composed of the kanji for attractive, calamity, and apparition, mysterious, suspicious. Yokai is also referred to as a akamishi, mokomoki, and monomono. Yokai are not literally demons in the Western sense of the word, but instead spirits and entities whose behaviors can range from irrelevant to mischievous to friendly to helpful to humans. The nearest equivalent of a definition of a yokai in the Western word would be a specter. Yokai could be a number of different supernatural entities. However, yokai and kaijus are completely different. While yokai seem to be more like supernatural based, kaiju by the literal word of it is like a monster. And so kaiju and yokai are separate things. So what exactly is the story behind the series of trilogies for yokai monsters? Now, in the original Dimergent series, we know for a fact that it took place during feudal Japan, where there were a lot of samurais, and so the giant statue came to attack the bad guys as their own personal punishment and judgment. Well, the same sort of concept happens for the original trilogy of these movies, because what happened is that the whole entire first plot is that it takes place in feudal Japan, where of course there were a lot of samurai and whatnot. However, there were many people who were warning about a curse that if you get the curse, you awaken the yokai monsters, and the yokai monsters will go out and attack people. Now, it's really interesting to see how all this happening at the same time, because the yokai monsters are really, really different in the movie. Take for example this whole entire woman right there, with a very long neck. That was like the scariest part. And so a lot of it feels like, some sort of Japanese horror movie, but a lot of it doesn't. Like some of the monsters are, friendly towards people, but if like someone who's actually corrupt, somebody's actually, really evil, then of course the monsters start to attack those people because they're evil and because they're corrupt. Now the Great Yokai War was directed by Takashi Miike. Now this guy is really famous in the West for many types of movies that are like very controversial and very gory. The most famous example that I've seen so far of his whole entire work was Ichi the Killer, which was really crazy when it first came out when I saw it back then. So unlike the other movies, which took place during the time of samurai, this movie actually takes place in modern day Japan. And not just that though, but this whole entire movie is very kid-centric. And so, while the older movies tend to be like for like an adult audience, this one is like for a much more younger generation of people who can appreciate the monsters. Now, according to the special features, like a lot of the whole entire folklore for the yokai monsters were actually told way in the past from like a lot of listening from these older generations of people. And so they actually became popular again thanks to some sort of manga artist, and from there on out the yokai monsters continue to actually exist because of the manga artist. I forgot the exact name of the guy who made like the original comic books for like the yokai monsters, but it seems as though that thanks to the manga artist it's actually popular to this very day. And modern day examples of the yokai monsters is actually stuff like Pokemon. And so thanks to the manga artist, we now have of course various variations of the yokai folklore and tales and so on. Overall, these movies are really interesting. They're definitely really different and unique in comparison to what I've seen so far when it comes down to, Japanese things. I would give these movies like a 3 out of 5, and this box set is also really nice. You get various audio commentaries of these movies, as well as various documentaries. Now, as far as the box set is concerned, it's available in North America and European countries, and so it's region A as well as region B. So it's not necessarily region free per se, but it could play in North America and European countries. So what do you guys think about these movies? Tell me in the comment section down below, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.
It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler. He's your only black friend, so he's your best black friend. I wouldn't trade him for another black friend, because black friends are rare, as you should be aware. He smiles like Richard Pryor, so just sit and stare. It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler. It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler. It's everyone's friend, it's Tyler.